Hello and welcome. I hope you're safe and well. In today's exciting episode, we take a look at my green jackets, just the light green ones and the bright green ones, saving the khaki and olive ones and the dark green ones for another time. It's perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Perfect jacket. Today I spent my sewing time doing a little more work on the Paris jacket. I've sort of leaned into the vertical garden idea, but yeah, it doesn't look like I've done a whole lot, so I'll just show you it quickly at the end. But for now, we will take a look at my green jacket. So this one it's the pattern that I used is Vogue 7975, and it's green, bright green fabric that I bought in New York City. Oh, it's got to be at least nearly a decade ago. But I made it in March, the first year that I had this channel. So again, a couple of years ago now. And the silk is sort of pale pink. And yeah, so I can't decide. I keep thinking, oh, maybe I'll do pale pink, yeah, I mean, it would look good with those green ones on there as well. So I don't know. I can't decide whether I want green on green, which would be absolutely gorgeous. Those pearls in the back that are sort of brightish green, fluoro green, they're actually earmarked for a different jacket that I'll show you in a sec. So yeah, I can't decide whether I'll use green on green or pink on green, because the silk lining it's digital print. And as I was taking this jacket off to put the next one on, I was like, actually aqua and green is quite cute too. So yeah, still can't decide. And this one is a Linton tweed. Linton tweeds in the UK, they have gorgeous, I'm not sponsored by anyone, but they do have beautiful tweeds. This is, my gosh, it's basically vintage now. So yeah, I've had this is one of the first tweeds that I bought, and it's sort of a grassy green. There's a lot of yellow in there, and it's got these flagged bits of white, and it's absolutely gorgeous. So I made the jacket, and there was a little bit of tweed left over, so I made fringe that goes under the beaded trim, and then I made the beaded trim, which is antique silver sequins on the base, and then I used white and cream beads, and I had some of those kids beads, the square ones with the letters on them, and the letters were punched in like a really in green. And I was just like, oh, this is perfect. Again, I'm looking at those pearls, but they really are earmarked for something else. You can tell, like, the bit of beaded trim at the top there is not perfect. So it's definitely one of my earlier ones. And the silk on this one, the silk lining is white, which is why I ended up doing the white beaded trim. And yeah, otherwise I probably would have gone green. But yeah, it's just delightful. This is one of my absolute favorite jackets. It's like cherry blossom has fallen off the tree onto grass underneath or something. It is so pretty. I just love it. Green to me is the color of sunshine and life. I just love it so much. And yeah, this jacket is just, I love it. It cheers me up every single time I wear it. It just makes me happy. And next up we have a tweed. Bought this from Mood Fabrics. They have ex-designer stock, and this is Oscar de la Renta. It's actually, I consider this one a black and white. It's cream, sort of a whitey cream color, black, silver foil, and fluoro green. And this is the one that those fluoro green pearls, they are going to go on this one. If you've seen my scrambled egg Chanel jacket that just has ivory pearls dotted all over it, this is the same. I actually have this video where I show you how I do the beading on 11 different types of jackets. So I'll put a link in the description box below, because when I've been making these collections videos of all my handmade jackets, not that this one has beading on it, but yeah, a lot of people have been asking about beading, and I love this tweed. It's really pretty. Oscar de la Renta, sort of commercial and sort of a little bit conservative and a little bit on the boring side, but it's also neon green. So yeah, I absolutely love it. And this is where I decide to take you on a tour of all the green beads that I've put around on the side table before I started filming this. So I've got flowers that I'm going to put on green felt, and then I've got the hearts. Still not sure. I'm not sure that there's quite enough hearts to do one jacket, so I might have to mix them with something else. The fluoro pearls are for this jacket. The fans, I know it seems like there's a lot of fans, but some of them are faulty. Yeah, there's some fans over here as well. So you just had to buy this whole bag, and some of them are faulty. So I'll just, as I'm using them, and then I've got some other sequin flowers there. So as I'm using them, I'll sort of use the ones that are good, and it's like how you had to buy them. Oh, and I'm just noticing that these flowers on the end here, they're much more of a spearmint colour. Oh, and these beads are beautiful. But those flowers would be good for the mohair jacket. Anyway, so back to the Oscar de la Renta. Yeah, sometimes I'm like, oh no, I should use ivory pearls on it. But I don't know. I think what else am I going to use those fluoro green ones on? So anyway, next we have the mohair. And when I did the pale blue, my collection of pale blue jackets, there was a periwinkle mohair blue jacket with cream in it, and I mentioned that I had a mint green one as well, and this is it here. So the blue one sort of had plastic beads and a few glass beads on it. This one is polished stones and some gem cut stones, so it's much heavier, and glass beads on there. It's pretty fabulous. I had so much fun making this because green is my favorite color, so I just kept buying lots of green beads that didn't necessarily match anything else. And then I was like, what am I going to use on this jacket? What am I going to use? Because this is back before I had a vast bead collection. I made this 12, 13, 14 years ago. Again, it's one of my earlier ones. And I just had so much fun. But the beaded trim is it's a lot of big, expensive beads. So if I made it again now, I would probably put more plastic ones, and just because if you use only really expensive beads, then your eye doesn't know what to look at. Whereas if you use, say, half really good beads and half filler beads, then your eye gets a rest in between each one. So, I mean, I love it. I absolutely love it. And it's probably going to be a long time before I redo it. But I think I could probably redo that one. This tweed I haven't made into a jacket yet. I actually have this in two colorways. I have it in hot pink and I have it in green. And the green bit is tulle. And you can sort of tell when you see the edge. It's, I just think it's kind of a rainbow of all different colors in there. And I guess the pale blue is pretty prominent as well. But yeah, I really liked it. It was fun. So I think I'll probably put green beads on it once I make it up into a jacket, just to make it look more green. And this is a Chanel tweed, again, from New York City. And yeah, it's two different types of green as well as pink. And I don't like the beading on it. I don't like it. It makes it look less green and more sort of weird yellow colour, strawish. And so I was going to take the pink beads off and replace them with bok choys and bows, because I've got these glass handmade bok choys, and I've got, those are the big bows. I've got smaller green bows, and there's some on the Paris jacket at the end. If I remember, I'll point them out to you. So yeah, it was fun to make this beading, and it's got these sort of chain link bits of pink seed beads. But yeah, I don't like it from far away. Up close, it looks amazing because you can see that it's actually 2 greens and pink. But when you get more than like a foot away, it's just like, is that yellow? Is it like green, but it's gone off? It's just, from far away, it doesn't read as pink and green. So yeah, I think if I take off the pink and just put green on there, you know how with my dragonfly jacket and, well, a lot of them, I sort of put one bead in each square. I'm thinking of doing the same thing with that, but I can't decide whether to cover the pink or cover the green. So yeah, I still haven't redone it, but I definitely intend to. Now, the next 2 jackets the 2 tweeds, before I made them up into jackets, they looked they look so similar. But if you see this one and then you see this one, they look completely different, don't they? But yeah, I ended up using 2 different patterns to make them up. So this wintry one on the left has 3/4 sleeves, and the summery one on the right has full-length sleeves, but they're also different patterns. This one here has princess seams, so the front is 2 bits on the left, 2 bits on the right, 3 bits on the back, whereas the other one it's more boxy. So anyway, in a previous collections video, I showed you this butterfly one, which isn't finished yet. It's sort of only half done, but it's using the blue and orange butterflies. And when they came in all different colors and I divided them up, but I'm going to, once I have finished this blue and orange jacket, I will have some blue butterflies left over. And there were also green ones. So I'm thinking with the leftover blue and there aren't that many green ones, but there should be enough. I'm going to mix them together and use them on this summer green tweed. Maybe sort of put them on, see how the dark blue bits, they sort of cross over. At each crossover of the dark blue bits, I was thinking of putting a butterfly. Like all different angles. So that's how I'm thinking of beading that one, maybe. And then this one it doesn't have as much green in it, and it's got more blue and aqua blue, hence the aqua silk that I used. So I'm not sure, but I think I should maybe either use green or maybe blue. I'm not sure. I can never decide, which is why it still isn't beaded. But actually, the fans, they're green, but they've got this film over the top of them, and it sort of makes them look blue in certain lights. So maybe I should use them, perhaps. But it's a winter weight tweed, so it needs something heavy, and sequins are quite light, relatively light. I guess I could secure them with heavy beads. I'm not sure. So anyway, those ones are yet to be beaded. How about we see one that is beaded next? So this one, oh gosh, some of these green ones are very, very, very old. I remember wearing this one I remember wearing it several times, but 2012, had to have been made before then, and it's supposed to be a Peter Pan collar. I think it's got flecks of this sort of mint pale green in there, and I'm not sure that I made the collar for this. It's possible. This tweed jacket was made with the same sewing pattern, and yeah, I remember, because it's got mint green, these tiny, tiny flecks of mint green in there. And I remember just loving the mint green in this. So it's possible I made that Peter Pan collar for this, put it on this and went, oh, hell no, that looks absolutely terrible. And then ended up doing the orange and amber beaded trim, which suits it so much more. But then I couldn't bring myself to pull this apart, and I guess it doesn't look that impressive, but it's got vintage sequins in there, as well as some really nice beads. So I was like, I was invested in this Peter Pan collar. And then this one also had pink in it. But I'm going to take the Peter Pan collar off because I have tiny shoulders, teeny, teeny, tiny shoulders. And I feel like it just accentuates how slight my frame is, not in a good way. So I think I'll take this off and pull it apart, carefully pull it apart, and reuse all the vintage sequins and those beautiful jade beads and the glass ones in there. And I might do the next jacket I show you is this same tweed in a different colorway. So this is a white base. And then the next one I show you is a parchment sort of creamy colored base. And this one mostly has hot pink and red in it. So I might use hot pink and red, like one bead in each square, onto the actual jacket. So embellished rather than have a trim that you attach. So here we go. This one is called the Monet one, and strictly speaking, it's not a green jacket. It's a pastel one, but it does have a lot of green in it, and the reason I love it so much is the green. So it can go in the green, and yeah, I love this jacket. This is the first jacket, like before this, I made a point of never doing tic-tac-toe beads. See how there's 3 in a row? Yeah, I used to never do that. It would be fine to do 2, but not the third one. So it's just like when you beating takes ages. And I was like, oh, tic-tac. No, I won't do the toe. Tic-tac, because then like when you do tic-tac-toe, you're finished. So anyway, it's just, it keeps me amused. So there's like 3 flowers on a diagonal and then 3 mint coloured ones on a diagonal as well. So yeah, but this I had so much fun making up this bead mix. So when I originally beaded this jacket, I just put bugle beads on there, and in pastels, like there's pink, aqua and yellow beads. Bugle beads are the long thin ones, and you can just see them. And I did the whole jacket, and I was like, that's not very impressive. And then I went back over the whole thing and did, as well as all the bugle beads, did 1 bead per square. So this jacket took like so much time, but it is one of the most beautiful jackets in my collection. I absolutely love it. And it really, really does remind me of specifically the Monet water lilies in Museum of Modern Art in New York City. I love that painting. It is so massive and so vibrant. I love it. And it's got that pinky mauve color in it. So beautiful. This jacket is a Tuesday, Thursday jacket. So I've got 2 jackets that are very, very similar. This one is green ribbons and green ribbons. And then next I'm going to show you one that's green ribbons and pink ribbons. So they're very, very similar. And I usually if I wear this one on Tuesday, then I wear the pink and green one on the Thursday, or vice versa. Again, this has got a lot of big, heavy polished stone beads and glass beads in the beaded trim. As I said, my early jackets, I wasn't really sure about mixing stuff. I didn't want it to look like too cheap, I guess. But now that I'm more confident in my beading, it's not how much money you spend on the beads, it's how you use them. Like this one tweed jacket here, I've been calling it the cactus jacket. All it's got, the beading, is these plain glass seed beads, as well as these table scatter sequins in the shape of tiny little strawberries. So I mean, this green one here with the beaded trim and these really expensive beads, big beads in the beaded trim, cost a lot more. But yeah, the amount you spend on beads doesn't automatically make it a good jacket. It's sort of a lot to do with how careful you are putting it together as well. So if I have my time again, I might cover it in all over in beads, or I might just do a different beaded trim. And instead of using so many big, heavy, expensive beads, I probably just use a handful of really expensive ones and mix in other things as well. So that, you know, instead of having a block of chocolate, it's more like a chocolate chip cookie. And this is the pink and green one. So obviously they both have this oatmeal wool base, and then just the ribbons are threaded through across like vertical and horizontal and as accents. And then I picked up those colours in the beaded trim, and again there's polished stones in there, there's glass foil beads. They're really beautiful beads. If you want to see a video step by step of a beading tutorial, there's a beading tutorial one. If you want to see a beaded trim being made, then there's also a couple of videos of that, and just go to my page and in the search thing just go beading tutorial or beaded trim, and you'll there'll be a couple of ones to choose from. But this tweed is just so beautiful. I tend to sort of just buy ones that are incredibly unique, whether they're ugly or really pretty or beautiful. I just want jackets that are so incredibly unique that no one else will ever have them. And I guess that's why I favour Linton tweeds, because some of the tweeds they only make 20 yards or 20 meters of, some they only make 50, and some they make less. I like being the only person who has my clothes. I think it's really cool. Anyway, those are the green ones, and here's a quick update on the Paris jacket. So this is what it looked like the last time you saw it. There was sprinkling of green pretty much over the whole thing, and then I was like, actually it's not a vertical garden enough for me. So then, you know those succulent plants that are called pea plants, or apparently they're called string of pearl plants. Yeah, so I'm going to do that, but it's going to have, I have to do the base first in these lighter plastic beads, lightweight plastic beads, and then once I've done the base, I'm going to do some glass beads over the top. So it's kind of looking a little flat and not very three-dimensional at the moment, but I'm going to add some lighter green glass beads over through it, and darker green ones, so it's going to look really textural and three-dimensional. So yes, but that's what I'm working on at the moment. It's very much a work in progress, and it is so much fun. Anyway, that is it for my green jackets. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. And I hope you've been inspired to make some unique jackets of your own. Yeah, it also had a bright green Christmas one that I've cut out, but I haven't actually made the jacket yet, and definitely haven't beaded it. But I do have lots of green jackets that are made. Now I kind of just want to go play dress-ups with them all. As I said, green is my absolute favourite colour. And yeah, this is so much fun to work on. I've got some leaves, and I won't go overboard. I'll just stick to the pea plant sort of thing. But yeah, I am loving the vertical garden look for this jacket. It is so much fun to work on. So anyway, I can't decide which one I like the most out of these. Probably the cherry blossom one with the little white bits look like fluttering petals falling off a cherry blossom tree. But no, actually, yeah, the Monet one, definitely. This one is so beautiful, and it just reminds me of a certain time in New York, sitting in front of paintings in Museum of Modern Art in Manhattan. I love this jacket so much, and that painting and that gallery. Anyway, that is it for this video. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you've been inspired to make your own clothes or add some beads to something. Make your wardrobe and your life a little more fabulous. Take care of yourself, and happy sewing.